everybody! Today we're going to be doing a true crime case. If you see me looking down, I have my laptop down here because there's a lot to cover with this situation. If you hear purring in the background, I got like 2 cats and 3 kittens in bed with me, so sorry. Crazy cat lady, I'm sorry. Today we will be discussing Mr. If I Can't Have You, No One Can, John David Smith III, which is the most unoriginal name in the history of ever. Just saying. John Smith III was born in 1951. There's nothing really mentioned about his childhood, so I'm assuming pretty average childhood, which I mean is a good thing, but also not a good thing because there were no red flags. He went on to marry his first wife in 1970. They were both 19 at the time. Sadly, her brother said that the pairing was rocky and abusive from the very beginning. Not good at all. In 1974, she returned to Ohio and was fully planning on divorcing his ass because he was an abusive piece of trash and she deserved better. A few days later, she just disappeared into the middle of nowhere. No one knew where she went to. A few years later, in 1979, his brother Michael saw that John was building a wooden box at their grandparents' home in the garage, and he said it was for Janice's belongings. Later that same year, their grandfather noticed this box in the garage and opened it because he was not sure where it came from or what it was, and he's like, what the hell is this? So the grandfather opened it and screamed for Michael because guess what was in the box? That's right, the chopped up remains of Janice. So Michael believed these were the remains of Janice, I should say, allegedly. So his grandfather said, your brother needs to get rid of this now. So he called his brother got the box, and they never saw the box again. Which, I mean, I have sisters, but they killed somebody and left the body? I would turn their ass in. I mean, for real. Sorry, not sorry. The missing box was discovered in 1980, and the remains were listed as the lady in the box, until DNA confirmed that it was Janice in the year 2000. So, from 1980 to 2000, unidentified remains. Lady in the box. Smith married his second wife, Betty Fran Gladden Smith, in 1990. She was confined to her home as she was recovering from a broken hip. She went missing mysteriously on October 4th, 1991. She was unable to care for herself, let alone leave the property or go missing. If you have a broken hip, you're like in traction in bed. You ain't doing shit. John said that she had left a note saying she was driving to the Poconos and that she took a small yellow suitcase with her. Keep in mind, broken hip. She's taken her broken hip, packing a bag, taken her broken hip, getting in the car, taken her broken hip, driving. You see what I mean? Okay, her sister and daughter, the Smith sister and daughter, came to check in with her because John said that she was missing and didn't know where she went to the Poconos. So they came to the condo and were like, the hell, John, what's going on? So John went to work and they went through the condo with a fine-tooth comb. They took pictures of everything. They found the suitcase in the storage area off the balcony because we all know she didn't go missing. We all know she didn't drive herself with her broken hip. You know where I'm going with this. Her sister and daughter played good cop, bad cop. The daughter would be sweet and listen to John, and the sister was the bad cop. She would jump down his throat and tell him he murdered her sister. And then John would call the daughter and cry, I didn't do anything. And then the daughter would be like, oh, I know you didn't. All because they were trying to get more information out of his ass. John's brother Michael kept a secret until 1999. That is too damn long, sir. You should have been out with that information early. When he shared the story of the makeshift coffin with the FBI, who reached out to local authorities in Ohio and Indiana. Thankfully, the box was tied to the discovery in 1980 in Indiana, so the lady in the box was Janice, sadly. These people. John Smith shockingly found a third woman who agreed to marry him. I know. With a name like that and that pattern of behavior. Shocking. He wed Diane Susan Beasley in September 1998. They had a whirlwind romance and were only together for 3 months before tying the knot. No, ma'am. That is far too fast. I've known my fiance like 14 years, and we are engaged with 2 children. Don't judge me. Okay. She believed that John was her soulmate and was utterly shocked when the FBI warned her in 1999 that he potentially killed his first 2 wives. Yeah. She said it was a terrible struggle knowing that they had been married for 7 months, because how could a man do such terrible things? She had the marriage annulled in 1999 and also testified against him at his trial, which, good on her. I would have testified against his ass too. Ohio prosecutors secured a conviction against Smith for Hartman's murder in July 2001. Smith was also found civilly responsible for Gladden Smith's death in 2002. Also instrumental in the case over the years was Gladden Smith's sister, Sherry Davis, and one of Gladden Smith's daughters from a previous marriage, Deanna Weiss. They never let the case fade out of the minds of investigators or their own. They tracked his movements and hounding him and letting him know that they would never forget what happened. After John Smith was convicted of killing his first wife, Davis wrote a book called My Sister is Missing, Bringing Killer to Justice. Another book called The Stranger in My Bed was written by Michael Fleeman. Lifetime also made a movie about this case called Murder on Pleasant Drive. Gladden Smith's daughter, Deanna, was awarded $1 million in the wrongful death suit, but she never expected to collect a penny of it. I think for her it was just confirmation that he had actually been responsible, and the money didn't really mean anything anyway. He was convicted of parricide, which is where you kill a spouse, and dismemberment, and sentenced to 15 years to life, and is also linked to a possible third victim. Yes, because he appears in photos with a woman who has never been located or identified to this day. Yeah, so, yeah, that, my friends, was the case of Mr. John David Smith III. Better known as, if I can't have you, no one can, because I'm a whiny little bitch. I'm sorry, I have a disdain for men who serially kill their spouses. And women who serially kill their spouses. Don't marry someone just to murder them. Do better, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.